Hi, it's Michelle Ockers. I'm joining you from Australia to share a little bit about the impact of the pandemic 6 months in my region in the world. Some industries have been hit quite hard, and there's been this general economic tightening. So, some learning and development teams have reduced in size. However, the general pattern, the more common pattern, is one of greatly increased demand for the services of learning and development inside organisations. Many learning and development professionals are reporting feeling really energised and well engaged, if not a little overwhelmed by the demand exceeding their capacity to deliver right now. Learning and development were critical to helping organisations pivot in those early stages of reacting to the pandemic, both in terms of helping organisations and people to shift to remote working, as well as enabling rapid upskilling where people needed to be moved around organisations to adjust to the demand for services for customers in different places. There was a lot of trialling of new technologies for collaboration, for work, and for learning, and this general lowering of barriers to change and adoption of new approaches to learning, which for many was like a big breath of fresh air. Now that people are starting to return to the office, the consumption of online content, which peaked, it went right up in the early part of the pandemic, is starting to drop. Now, it's not clear why that is, whether it's because people have less time because of commuting or catching up with a backlog of work or different types of tasks in the office, or whether it's because there may be some sense of reduced discretion or freedom to allocate time during the working day to learning activities and content consumption, unclear. However, there is this shift and there's this concern about will we return to the way it was. So the opportunity now is actually to leverage the gains made in the shift in digital strategy and to take it further, because learning requires much more than content consumption, of course. So now is the time to be looking at user experience and digital strategy, and moving beyond content as the core of your digital strategy. And how can you use the digital environment to support learning in a whole range of other ways, particularly peer-to-peer and interaction, but also to support people to apply learning back in the flow of work and embed it into their work. So digital learning strategy needs to go a lot further. We're still in a period of considerable upheaval and change in the world of work, and now is the time for learning and development to be really bold with the things you're doing to leverage the current situation and move forward in your organisation and support them to adapt and move forward and emerge stronger, and for L&D to emerge stronger. If you're curious about how learning and development can emerge stronger from the current period, you may want to check out my special Learning Uncut podcast series, the Disruption series, for a stack of interviews with different guests about approaches that will help us to be even more relevant and effective into the future.